Okay, this drawer here is all Wet n Wild, trios, 8-pan palettes, whatever. The singles are in a different place, but I will get to those when the time comes. I have a lot. As you can see, this entire drawer is filled with Wet n Wild products. The problem is that not only am I a collector, but I'm a completist. So when there's a set and there are 5 of them for something like this, I feel compelled to buy all 5. So I have a lot of them that I didn't even really want or wouldn't have picked just by itself, but I got anyway because it was part of a set. So I'm going to go through those now. Okay, the first thing that I'm getting rid of is this No Neutral Ground palette. I think this is the only one that I have like this. I did not like this a whole lot despite a lot of good reviews online for it. And I have a lot of other neutral things, and this one was not that good, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, then I have 2 of these Wet n Wild Fergie palettes. I have Newport Nights and Desert Festival. I actually do like both of these, so I am going to keep those. Okay, then I have these Wet n Wild Baked Shadows in Baking a Cake, Bake Off Contest, and Baked Not Fried. I think I'm going to keep these because I don't really remember much about them. I think I liked them. I know I did swatches both wet and dry, but I think I liked them. So I'm going to keep them and see if I'll use them. I did find another one of these Fergie ones in Suburban Jungle. And I bought these, I think the Fergie ones, after I decided to quit buying all the items in each collection. So I did only pick the ones that I like, so I'm going to keep that one. Okay, and then I have these 3 Wet n Wild Color Icon eyeshadow quads. These came from like some Fergie like box a while ago. I threw the boxes out in some empties video recently, but these were the eyeshadow ones that were in there. I actually don't think that any of them, oops, just dropped one. However, it did not break, lucky. Although the cap is a little, no. I don't think any of them were that great, and I believe I have all these colors. I can see the blue and the purple right there. So I think I'm going to get rid of all 3 of these. Okay, then I have the Wet n Wild 6-pan palettes, Greed, Lust, Pride, and Vanity. They do have a lot of the same shades, particularly that one. I think that's in all of them. But this was actually when Wet n Wild was really good, before they started cranking stuff out, and some of their limited stuff is not as good as it used to be. And they do have some different colors in there, so I will keep these. Okay, and then I have these 2, and these were in kits, and they're just in the little plastic. It's Spoiled Brat, and I'm Getting Sunburned. I actually have both of these in the regular packaging, so I'm going to get rid of those. And then I have this trio that's glitter one, and I'm Not a Blonde Glitz. And it's a face glitter. I have no idea why I bought these. I have tried their Fantasy Makers stuff in the past, and I hated the way it's like chunky glitter on top and kind of like a hard Vaseline-y sort of texture. The glitter doesn't go on evenly, and it just generally sucks. So I have no idea why I bought this. I didn't even open it, so I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, now I have the 8 pan palettes. This entire stack is 8 pan palettes. I can't even remember the last time I've looked at these 8 pan palettes. So I want to go through them. I'm not going to get rid of everything, even though I haven't looked at them in quite some time, because I'd like to get rid of the ones I don't want, to quit bogging down my drawers so I can actually try to use the ones that I do want. And we'll get to this mess in a second. So this first one here is Shimmer the Night Away. And I have to say that I really like these 3 right here in this palette. I don't really care so much about this side, but those 3 are really nice. So I'm going to consider this one. Then I have the I Heart Matte palette. I think this was re-released as something else, like maybe Drinking a Glass of Shine or something like that. It was released maybe 6 months later or so in like kind of a holiday set. And I'm going to think about this too, because it's got some bright colored mattes. I'm not sure if I have those kind of colors in mattes. I'm sure I have matte in this kind of neutral, but I don't know about those, so I'm going to check that out. I am going to keep this one, Sparkle Till Morning. I feel like I need to sort through them all first before I make a decision, but I think I'll keep this one. And this one's actually not Wet n Wild, but it's Black Radiance, and they're the same parent company as Wet n Wild, and it's a similar thing, and it's neutral. I actually really do like this, so I'm going to keep that. Nude Awakening, I did not love. I like nudes, and I have tons of nudes, and this one did not stand out as anything special in the nude department, so I'm going to get rid of that. It would be a good, like if you have it and don't have other nudes, it's a good palette, but I have like the Naked ones, and Too Faced has some, and The Balm has some, and I have all those, and I don't really need this one. Then I have Comfort Zone, and I do like this, especially the definer shade down here. I never bought any of the other ones that were like this, so I do like that particular shade. And I like this eyelid shade right there. I am also debating on Poster Child. I got it not too long ago. I mean, it's been a little while. It was at the beginning of the year. And I got it when it first came out. I was thinking it was limited. It's not. And I did swatch it. You can tell it kind of crumbled. I guess I'll keep it, because I can see in some of the trios that they have similar colors, and I'd rather keep like an 8 pan palette and get rid of like a couple trios than hold on to some trios and get rid of one 8 pan palette. Okay, and this is one I'm definitely keeping going in the wild. When I swatched the Nude Awakening and this at the same time, they came from the same collection. This was the one that I really liked out of that. So I am going to keep this. I am going to get rid of Blue Had Me at Hello. I got this when they first came out, but I'm not a big fan of blue as an eyeshadow color in general. So I feel like I won't use this. If I need anything darker, I'm sure I have a palette that has it. I am having a really hard time deciding about Petal Pusher right here. Feel like I have not. I don't know. I mean, it's permanent, so if for some reason I totally feel like I need to have it, I could get it again. I think it's still permanent. I don't think they got rid of it. But I have not looked at this since I bought it and swatched it the first time. Actually, I'd never even opened this one, I think. Yeah, I never even swatched this. I've never opened this, so I'm going to get rid of that. I opened that one, but for some reason I did not open Petal Pusher. So I'm going to get rid of that, seeing apparently it was not important enough to open in the first place. And I think I will keep these two. If I run across trios that have similar shades, I can get rid of those instead. So I'm getting rid of 3 of the 8pan palettes. And I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm keeping 6 Wet n Wild and then the 1 Black Radiance that's the same packaging. Now it's time for the trios. I have 26 of these. And I don't use any of them. So let me look at these and see which ones I want to get rid of and see which ones I want to keep. This right here is where I knew that I had a problem. This is, I guess, that pop art collection. And these are all the colors. I think I went to probably about 3 Rite Aids to get them all. I think I did swatch them all. The thing was, is I feel like none of them were all that good. I'm going to get rid of a regular at the factory. I think there's one of the 8pans had at least the yellow and the blue, if not an orange. But I have other brands that have better bright colors like orange. And I feel like this is the only one that has any real unique colors. So I'm going to keep that one. And that's, I'm seeing triples. I'm going to keep this one, To Muse and Carouse, for that blue right there. I think there are other similar shades to these, but they're fairly neutral, and I don't think I have anything that light blue. And I'm going to keep the "Your 15 minutes aren't up." And I think I'm going to get rid of these two. The white I don't really need, and the red and black, there's from a different one, have a red and a black like this, but a silver, so I'm gonna get rid of those and keep this one. Okay, and then we have these here. These were from like the Dreamweavers collection, like way back. And it was another one of those ones where I had to buy every single one, regardless of the fact that I did not like every single one. So, what I'm going to get rid of, this one's a little bit easier, is I'm going to get rid of the Earth Looks Small from down here. I don't really like that brown bone I don't really like the brow bone color. The crease color is just a blue, and I'm sure I have some of those. And the green, there are lots of greens, even if it's not exactly the same as some. It's close enough, so I'm going to get rid of that one. I'm also going to get rid of Fly Me to the Moon. You know, I don't really need a white. The black is sparkly and I'm not going to use it. And another blue. I'm also going to get rid of Dancing in the Clouds. Again, don't like the brow bone, don't really like the eyelid color, and got tons of purples. I will keep this one, Enter New Realm. It's got the black and the red and silver instead of white, so I will keep that. And I will keep these two because I like these two. It's Bright Idea and We're Blasting Off. Okay, these two right here are from the Flora and Fauna sets that came with like lip gloss, mascara, stuff like that. This one is Fauna, this one is Flora, and I don't think I'm going to keep either of those. I do like this Soldier and Charms. I like the greens. I also like this Spoiled Brat Army. Okay, I'm going to keep this Feeling Retro. I've never opened it. Not sure when this came out. I am going to keep the Gilded Age one. And I'm going to keep this I Dream of Greenie. And I actually kind of like this, the I Got Good Genes, so I'm going to keep that one. And I'm going to keep Cool as a Cucumber. And then these ones here, they all seem kind of similar. Especially Walking on Eggshells and Sweet as Candy look very similar. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but I kind of need to decide which one works better for me, which I think is probably Sweet as Candy, so I'll get rid of Walking on Eggshells. And then these ones here, I'm getting Sunburned, Spoiled Brat, and Silent Treatment. I think I'll get rid of these two and keep Silent Treatment. I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, this is what I'm keeping out of the Wet n Wild products. I have 15 of these, and I had 26 originally. And that is everything that I'm keeping. Okay, and these are all the Wet n Wild ones that I am getting rid of. I feel like I have finally broken my addiction to collecting Wet n Wild products. Specifically these trios, whatever they come out with. I haven't bought any of the 5 pan palettes, as you can see. So I feel like I've finally broken this addiction. I'm so happy about that. But this one is done for now, so I will see you guys again later with more eyeshadow. Bye.